welcome to this week's family-friendly circle time. So glad that you can make it. I would like to say thank you for everybody out there who watched our last week's video, and I hope you had fun with a little bit of movement and some dancing with your kids. So now I would like to start our family-friendly circle time. Welcome, welcome everyone. Now you're here, let's have some fun. We'll read a book and make some friends. We'll do an activity and play pretend. Welcome, welcome everyone. I am so glad that you have come. For today's family-friendly circle time, we will be reading the book Every Color Soup by Jory Hurley.
We are making every color soup. We'll need purple.
Can you think of other things that are purple? I just thought of some other purple things. How about you? Let me hear them. Ah, those are great things that are the color purple.
Yellow.
Can you think of other things that are yellow? I've thought of some other things that are yellow. How about you? Tell them to me. Very good.
Orange.
Can you think of some other things that are orange? I've thought of some other things that are orange. How about you? Let's hear them. Tell them to me. Ah, those are great things that are orange. Nice job.
White.
What about the color white? What are some other things that are the color white? Yeah, I've thought of some other things that are the color white. What about you? Tell them to me. What are they? Yes, very good. Those are all the color white.
Red.
Can you think of some other things that are the color red? I've thought of some other things that are the color red. What about you? What are the things that you thought of? Ah, yes, those are all very good red things.
Green.
Can you think of things that are the color green? Look around you. Green is all around. I've thought of some other things that are the color green. How about you? Let's hear them. Yes, very good. Those are all green things.
Clear.
Clear. Can you think of anything that is clear? Can you think of anything that is see-through, that you can look through, that's transparent? Those are all ways of saying clear. This one's a tricky one. Ah, I've thought of a few things that are clear. How about you? Tell them to me. Very good. Those are all things that are clear.
brown.
Can you think of some other things that are brown? I just thought of some other things that are brown. What are the things you thought of? Tell them to me. Ah, those are great brown things. You guys sure know your colors.
Blue.
Can you think of some other things that might be the color blue? I can think of quite a few things that are the color blue. Yeah, I can think of lots of things that are the color blue. What about you? What did you think of? Tell them to me. Yes, those are all blue things. Very good.
Black.
Black. Can you think of some other things that are black? Yeah, I can think of some other things that are black. What about you? What are the things that you thought about? Tell them to me. Ah, very good. Those are all black things.
Chop. Drop. Bubble. Yum.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the activity portion of Family Friendly Circle Time. Today's activity, as you can probably tell, is going to be a craft activity inspired by
Every Color Soup,
the book we just read today. So we are going to do a color-based activity, and we are going to start with some painting, but as I get on with the demonstration, you'll see we're actually going to kind of create like a craft soup instead of making a real soup. So, and then we're going to combine it together to make a finished collage, which is going to be full of color and lots of fun. And the other component to this activity that is really good for learning and developmental skills is we're going to be kind of color sorting while we're doing the craft, which is also lots of fun. So I recommend that you start with the painting part. So for the painting part, you're going to need a piece of paper. Anything in your house will do. Because it's painting, I would try to find, like, if you have a thicker piece of paper laying around, that would be best. But whatever you have, you'll make work. We're going to be using a tray just to kind of contain the paint mess so it doesn't get on the surface of our table, but that is optional. You definitely don't need one. And then we are going to be using watercolor pack paints to do our painting. And these are really excellent paints when you're painting with little ones. They're really good introductory to paint. They're easy to control, and they're not as messy as some other versions of painting. So that's what we're going to be using to start. And what we're going to be doing is a rainbow. So we're going to use all the lovely colors that we've been inspired by the book, and we're going to create a rainbow. And so the idea is that you and your child are going to be working together on the activity. And obviously, if you're a parent with more than one child, you might be kind of bouncing around, helping them kind of do various things. If you just have one child, then, you know, sit next to them, and you guys are going to be sharing one piece of paper and kind of engaging in the activity together. So as the parent, I recommend that you start by maybe doing the guidelines of the rainbow. And I recommend that you try to take up as much of this space of the paper as possible. And you'll see why as we get on with the activity. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, or maybe we could even, maybe you and your child take turns drawing the lines of the rainbow. So I'm literally just drawing a line. I'm going from one corner of the page to the other, and then we're gonna continue that all the way up to the top of the page. So did you wanna maybe try doing a line of the rainbow?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys could take turns, and I mean, if your child really wants to draw their own rainbow, and maybe it's just like a little rainbow with some clouds or something on it, that's fine too. We're gonna just do it this way. Do you want to do the last piece?
I'll go make it very tiny.
Okay. All right. Okay, so here's kind of an example of the drawn outline. So we literally just kind of did these curved lines going from one side of the paper all the way to the other. And so now what you're going to do is you're going to paint the different colors. Okay, so, and again, with the watercolor paints, they really only work if they're really nice and wet. So you have to get your brush really nice and wet in order to activate the paint.
I activated this paint.
Also, if you're working with really, really, really little ones and they don't kind of have the experience or the ability to kind of continuously dip their brush, you can get a little spray bottle with water, give each puck a spray, and then it will activate all the paint, and you won't have to worry about them kind of continuously needing to dip their brush in the water containers. And if you want to hear some further instructions on kind of dealing with, you know, children under the age of 3 and beginning first time painting, if you go to our week 2 video where we did, which one did we do?
Scribble tag.
The scribble tag painting. That's right, where we did the scribble tag painting. I go into a little bit of further detailed explanation on how to kind of get started with your little ones with painting. So feel free, if this is your first time joining us and you haven't done paint with your little one yet, that would be a good video to watch before you keep going. So we're going to go ahead and paint our rainbow. And maybe you could, as the parent, if you're working with your child, you could decide what colors each of you want to paint. Maybe what color are you going to paint?
I'm going to paint red.
Red? Okay. And, you know, as the parent, you let your child pick the color, and then you can go in and get your paint, and you guys can kind of share painting the same color at the same time. Otherwise, it gets kind of awkward with hands all over the paper.
Let's do red right here.
Okay. And now if you do have more than one child, totally get you're not going to be able to kind of be as hands-on sitting down. You know, you're going to be bouncing around and kind of helping them with their painting. So, you know, just kind of do what you can to engage with your child at the same time as they're making their craft activity. So once you're done your painting, what you're going to do now is just, because it's wet and it's going to take probably like about 5 minutes to dry, you're going to set it aside and you're going to move to the second part of the activity, which is the part where we're going to kind of make like a pretend rainbow soup using colorful construction paper. So we'll put our painting aside for now. So I just wanted to quickly give you another option compared to just working on a flat piece of paper with the paint, is you could take an empty egg carton container that you have. The cardboard ones probably work better than the styrofoam ones, especially with the watercolor paint. But if you had other kinds of paint, the styrofoam egg cartons would work too. This is kind of a fun one because you can paint each little place that had the egg a different color. And then at the end, once you've made your colored soup, you and your little one can just, maybe you have a child that's under the age of 3, or maybe even a little bit younger, an age that maybe you're not comfortable working with a lot of glue and stuff like that. So instead of kind of making the rainbow craft on the paper, you could do this and then make your rainbow soup, and afterwards color sort. So you're teaching your baby the different colors, but then also your young one is learning, oh, green goes into the green one, and you can kind of play a game that way. So that is another option if you have one of these laying around and maybe you don't have a piece of paper, or you just want to use this instead. Okay, so here is the second part of the activity. This is the fun part, and this is the one that was mostly inspired. I mean, obviously the rainbow and the colors were inspired by Every Color Soup, but we are actually going to make pretend craft soup. Instead of using real food, we're going to use craft ingredients and throw them in a pot. So what you'll need is get a pot from your kitchen, any size will do. If it's just you and one child, I recommend one pot, and then you can make the soup together. If you have more than one child and you think that it's not going to cause issues in the home with them all contributing to the one pot to make their soup, then that's awesome. If you think it's going to cause some issues, you could also give them each their own pot, and they can make their own pot of soup. Whatever works for you guys. So again, it's an imaginative game of play. We're going to make pretend craft soup. So you'll need the pot and maybe like some stirring utensils that you have laying around your kitchen. And you're going to need some colored paper. So whatever you have around your house, if you have construction paper, pad of construction paper, anything that has color on it, okay? So you're going to collect that. The other tool you might want is a pair of scissors. We just have the little kid scissors. If you're comfortable with your kids using scissors, you can do that. If you want to teach your children how to use scissors, you can sit with them and patiently cut out the piece of paper. If you're not okay with using scissors, that's cool. You can also just rip the piece. So maybe you can cut and I'll rip. How does that sound? Or do you want to rip?
I'll rip.
Okay. So Lachlan's going to rip and I will cut, just to kind of show both. And what you're going to do is you're going to take these little pieces of paper and either cut them or rip them. And then you can leave them kind of in the pieces that you cut like that, or you can scrunch them up into little balls. And you're just going to start adding them to your colored soup.
You're going to do the pink and orange, and I'll do the yellow and blue.
Okay.
And you do the brown.
Okay, sure.
And the red, and I'll do the pink.
And you know, the other cool thing is do different sizes, right? Get some big pieces, crumple them up.
Chunky.
Get some small pieces, crumple them up. And I invite you to also, if you have anything else that you want to add into your soup that's colorful, that you want to add onto your craft, feel free to go ahead and grab that. If you have like pieces of confetti, or maybe you have some sparkles that you want to bust out that are different colors, or you know, anything can go. And you can kind of start by maybe not the sparkles, but maybe some other confetti pieces, or you know, anything else that you want to kind of add to your soup, you can. And then you're going to mix it around. You're going to pretend you're making your craft soup. We got to get lots of colors going. So once you are done the kind of play part, because it really is kind of a play activity, you're pretending to make you're pretending to make soup out of different colored pieces of paper. How does your soup taste, sir?
Awesome!
So once you're done this part, so this is kind of an example, we've only used paper, but feel free, like I said, to incorporate other ingredients that you could potentially glue onto your rainbow that you painted. So here's ours. And now we're gonna, while we were busy making our soup, the painting that we did earlier is now dry. So now we can add all of the lovely ingredients that we added into our soup onto our rainbow painting. So you're gonna need obviously your painting, and you're gonna need some glue. So I recommend using the white glue for this if you have some. Just your non-toxic, regular, craft white glue. You can get them in big bottles, you can get them in little squeeze bottles. The reason why I recommend this as opposed to the glue stick is because you might end up with bigger pieces of paper, and especially if they're kind of crumpled into a ball shape, the white glue will just kind of, it'll attach the piece of paper to your painting a little bit better. You can, if you don't have the white glue, you can use a glue stick if that's what you have. It just might, the piece of paper might fall off a little bit easier as opposed to using the white glue, but this will work too if that's what you have. What I recommend, especially if you're working with your little one and you're just kind of introducing them to glue, especially the white glue, is just to pour a little bit of it in a bowl or a container for them. And then what we're going to use to actually put the glue onto our paper or onto our little bits of our rainbow soup is just some household Q-tips. They work really well to kind of get the glue on, and then you can put it on your paper. If you don't have Q-tips, or another thing that works is paintbrushes. So you could just use your paintbrush. The only thing is you're going to want to make sure you wash the paintbrushes right away after you're done using them. Otherwise the glue will dry and you won't have your paintbrush anymore. It'll get cracked. So you can use a paintbrush too. We're going to use Q-tips. They work wonderfully. And then when you're done, you can just throw them in the garbage, which is awesome. So, and if you have older kids or you have kids that you feel comfortable with and they have little squeeze ones and they want to just squeeze the glue onto the painting, that's cool too. Part of this activity is that we are trying to color match. We're learning how to color match. So if you have older children, they probably will be able to kind of figure it out. You're going to go, let's put the green pieces onto the green piece of the rainbow. And you're going to do the orange pieces on your orange piece of the rainbow. And you're going to kind of color coordinate them in each of your colored sections. Okay, and if you chose to do the egg carton, then now comes the part where maybe you don't have any glue and you're just taking the little pieces of the colored soup that you made and you're color sorting them into the compartments that you made in your egg carton. So whichever one you've chosen to do. And parents, if you have babies and you're doing this version of the activity and they're color sorting, they might not always necessarily know which color goes in what or what their colors are yet. So you as the parent are going to kind of guide them and engage them, be like, oh, that's blue, oh, that one's blue too. Well, let's put the blue in the blue. And when they get it right, make a big deal about it. You put the blue in the blue, yay! And that kind of engagement is going to teach them. It's also going to create positive, happy, fun times between the two of you, and it's going to make it fun. Chosen to do. So we're going to go ahead and start adding our soup pieces to our rainbow. Okay.
I'm going to put it on. Here it is.
And again, it's really about the process. It's about engaging in the creative process. It's about the making. It's about the playing. It's about the doing. It's not so much about the finished piece. So, don't worry too much. There's, like I always say, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Yes, you're wanting to kind of try to color sort because that's the learning in it. But, if your child is just having fun pasting things on the rainbow in different orders, don't worry so much about it. Just let them kind of have fun and go for it. And you know, it's don't worry so much about what the finished product looks like in the end. All right, so here's an example of our finished rainbow soup, rainbow craft painting. Yeah. So we chose, for the sake of the demonstration, just to do the painting and use paper. But again, like I said earlier, please feel free if you want to add other things that are similar, the same colors, like if you had orange sparkles or marker or crayons. You know, you could color little pieces in. If you had stickers. Yeah, if you had stickers that were like, you know, if you had green stickers and orange stickers, you could add them into the colors as well. So get as creative as you like with them. Anything. Because we chose the craft activity as opposed to making the actual soup, I also want to leave that open as an option to you as a family. If you feel like you want to actually do some cooking together and make the soup, in the end credits or at the end of the video, I will have the ingredients of the soup and a little kind of instruction page. So please feel free to go ahead and make the soup too if you choose to do some cooking with your children. You could also adapt, instead of using veggies and making soup with like boiling water and stuff, you could also adapt it and do like a fruit salad and use the colors, you know. It's like, oh, red strawberries and blue blueberries, and you guys could do something like that together as well. So we hope you enjoyed today's Family Friendly Circle Time. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. We can't wait to see some of the lovely craft, some of your own rainbow soup and rainbow painting that you have made, and we will love to share it in next week's Family Friendly Circle Time. So please send that in to me, and my email address is at the end in the credits, and I will show your artwork on next week's Family Friendly Circle Time. So thank you again, and have a lovely day, and we'll see you next time. Bye!